In today's video, I'll be letting you guys know about an awesome PlayStation Store flash sale that is going on right now. It seems like Sony is running with these every week or two. Not like I'm gonna complain about them, but some of your guys' wallets might. Guerilla Games is greatly growing their staff following the success of Horizon Zero Dawn, and it looks like they're ramping up development on their next project. You might know a little bit about the PlayStation 4 exclusive Wild. Well, it was announced a while ago, and we still haven't heard about it, but the game isn't dead. It is still, in fact, coming. One of the PlayStation 4 exclusives that we always talk very positively about on this channel is Gravity Rush 2, but unfortunately that game's servers have been shut down. A brand new tower defense RTS RPG combo is coming to the PlayStation 4, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And Jurassic World Evolution, since its June 12th release, has sold very well, so more on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about this PlayStation Store flash sale. It is ending on July 23rd at 8 AM Pacific time, and there are some great games on sale. We're gonna make a video going over this sale more in depth because there's a lot of great deals, but just on the surface, there are deals such as Bastion for $3.74, Batman Return to Arkham is down to $9.99, that is excellent. Both Batman Arkham games. Arkham Knight is down to $7.99, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony is down to $29.99, and while that is the third Danganronpa game, that game does start off a new story, so you can play that without playing the other two. I would recommend playing the other two, but if you did want to jump into that, you could. God Eater 2 Rage Burst is down to $14.99. A bunch of the Resident Evil games are on sale. If you're excited for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration is down to $17.99. That's pretty good. Shadow Complex Remastered, 67% off for $4.94. That's a little bit of a hidden gem. Originally released back on the Xbox 360, that is an excellent game, highly recommended. And a bunch of other great deals are available. As I mentioned, we will have a video going over this sale in depth, looking at the best deals, so stay tuned for that. But again, this sale is live right now, and it'll be running until July 23rd, so you do have a couple of days to take advantage of it. Moving on from that, yesterday we talked about Sony Santa Monica Studio, the guys behind God of War, hiring for their next project. Well, it looks like Guerilla Games is doing the same thing. They are growing their staff from 250 to 400 employees and shrinking development time. I think this is the biggest thing of note, and Guerilla Games CEO Herman Hust actually talked about it with Het Parul, and here's what he said. I've been looking for room for growth for 3 or 4 years, but that is hardly possible in Amsterdam, which will be the base for Guerilla. After Horizon Zero Dawn, we are accelerating. The best talents are coming to us, and last month we have already hired 9 new people, but we also needed more space for our sound and motion tracking studios. He also talked about Horizon's development time and said this, quote, we have worked at Horizon for 6.5 years, which is exceptional. We want to release games in 2 or 3 years, both new titles and games based on existing titles. Now, everybody's gonna take that quote of him saying based on existing titles as well, and just run to the bank with it. Of course, everyone wants a new Killzone game. Hell, I would be fine with the Killzone 2 remastered on PlayStation 4. Killzone Shadowfall was just not my cup of tea, but I'm not ready to give up on the franchise yet after how good Killzone 2 and Killzone 3 were. I want more Killzone, and if Guerrilla can pull something where they alternate between Horizon releases and Killzone releases, I would be overjoyed to the moon, because you don't want to continually do games like Horizon because it's such a unique IP that you don't want to water it down so soon. I don't want to see a new Horizon game for a little bit. If in between Horizon and Horizon 2 we can sneak in a Killzone release in there, that would be fantastic, but maybe I'm asking for too much. Horizon has proved itself to be a very successful IP, and they'll definitely be doing another game, but I would also love to see a new Killzone game because I think there's still a lot of untapped potential with Killzone, even after the lackluster release of Shadowfall. Next up, speaking of PS4 exclusives, one that we haven't heard about in a long time is Wild. Wild was revealed very early into the PlayStation 4's life, and it looked very interesting. You play as a shaman, you take control of various animals, and you play as them. It was an interesting game to say the least, but we haven't heard about it for a long time. But Wild Sheep Studios and Sony Worldwide Studios president Shuhei Yoshida confirms that the title is still on the way. The studio behind the game is actually also hiring, and it's looking for a lot of staff, so either this game is in the latter part of development, or they are still a ways out from releasing the game, and that's why they're hiring so many people. I always become apprehensive when a game takes this long to develop. It just seems like that usually doesn't turn out well. I still have my fingers crossed for Wild because it does look like such a unique game, and hopefully it turns out pretty well.
Luckily, I can use the wildlife living here. Okay, let's attack that camp with a rabbit. The rabbit is very useful to stick into this cannibal camp, undetected. once again, I can use the wildlife around me, be creative, and find my own solution. Let's use those raisins. Now, my plan is to distract those crazy cannibals. This will give me an opportunity for more direct attack. Let's see if it works. Now that the area is safe, I can finally reach the Sacred Sanctuary. There's a lot of places like that in Wild.
The PS4 exclusive news continue to roll on. This one isn't all too exciting, however. Gravity Rush 2, probably the most underrated PS4 exclusive of this generation, not in terms of critical reception, but commercial reception. This game just did not do very well, and it goes to show as the game's servers have been shut down after 18 months. There was a pretty big and pretty vocal social media campaign by fans of Gravity Rush 2 to keep the servers up, and Sony even kept the servers up longer than they had originally intended, but unfortunately now it has finally been shut down. I do want to note that I would still highly recommend you to give Gravity Rush 2 a look. The game is absolutely fantastic, and you can still play through the entire single player mode, and that's why most people bought Gravity Rush 2, but it is lacking that element without the online play. Considering it is only around $20 now, I would highly recommend you to give this game a look. I know it's a title that a lot of you guys missed out on. You got some very unique gameplay, an awesome art style, a lot of content. I just can't say enough good things about Gravity Rush 2, and it's unfortunate that the game didn't see the level of success that I would have hoped it to. Moving on from that, Hero Defense is a new PlayStation 4 game that is combining RTS, tower defense, and RPG. The game is arriving on PlayStation 4 on August 16th, and here are some key features touted in the game. Within the game, you'll have to kill creeps fast to punish the enemy in an innovative mix of RTS and tower defense. Liberate your island, assemble your team, and enjoy hours of a narrated story. Defeat gigantic bosses which challenge you with their special abilities. Customize your hero through a deep RPG layer. Rebuild your town and unlock new buildings and abilities. Gain XP to access and level up each hero's individual skill tree. Gather loot and equip spells that freeze, burn, and poison. Modify weapons by collecting and socketing powerful runes and customizing your builds for devastating combos and skill synergies. Replay procedurally generated enemies and endless mode challenge. Again, Hero Defense will be launching on the PlayStation 4 on August 16th.
You will fight off hordes of enemies to make your way to fight Count Necrosis.
Father, are you afraid to face me man to man?
Move your heroes individually so you can adapt to every situation in real time. Or pause the game to plan ahead. Place your heroes on shrines to enhance their abilities and use items to gain the upper hand in tough situations.
And lastly, Jurassic World Evolution. This is a game that has done commercially better than I think a lot of people were expecting. It released back on June 12th, and PlayStation 4 and Xbox One physical copies just released earlier this month, and the game has surpassed 1 million copies sold. Frontier CEO David Braben spoke on the success, and here's what he said. "We are really pleased with Jurassic World Evolution and are delighted to have crossed the 1 million unit threshold so quickly. There is no doubt that initial sales have benefited from the worldwide awareness created by the film release, but it's the quality of the game that's really important, and I believe our team have done a terrific job in creating a game that a wide range of players are now enjoying around the world." I think it goes without saying that the IP Jurassic World Evolution comes from helps it significantly. Along with it, he even mentioned the movie release, and that definitely went hand in hand, but at the end of the day, if a game isn't of quality, especially a newer project like this, it's not going to surpass 1 million copies sold so quickly, especially with platforms like Steam offering refunds. Your game needs to be of a certain quality, especially because this is in the video game realm, and it's not like Jurassic has had this long-lasting impact in the gaming world, but now it looks like Jurassic World Evolution has definitely done so. So good for Frontier, and that is going to conclude this video. As I mentioned, a great PlayStation Store flash sale is running right now. We'll have a video going over that more in depth in a little bit. Guerilla Games is greatly growing their studio from 250 to 400 employees, and it looks like they want to release games more frequently. I am all for that. The PlayStation 4 exclusive Wild is still coming as confirmed by Shuhei Yoshida, and it does look like the developers Wild Sheep Studios are hiring right now to help develop the game. Unfortunately, Gravity Rush 2 servers have been shut down after 18 months of release. I would still highly recommend the game as the main story is very much worth playing through. Hero Defense is coming to the PlayStation 4 on August 16th. It's a mix of RTS, tower defense, and RPG, and Jurassic World Evolution has surpassed 1 million copies sold. That is going to conclude this video. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.